Peace and love, family. All right, this video, this session, this stream, we gonna go over everything about Shreem Brzee, and I'm gonna just explain all the science and benefits of Shreem Brzee, and then we gonna get a group chant in. While it's Saturday and still kind of early, and get a kickstart to our weekend, and hopefully have everybody have a good chance to manifest some good blessings and stuff. So, uh, once again, let's get into everything about Shreem Brzee. So starting off, let's talk about we'll talk about Om Shreem Brzee Namaha. You know, some people just chant Shreem Brzee. Some people might chant it in different ways. If you're chanting Om Shreem Brzee Namaha, I'll explain what each of those words mean. So Om, as everybody spirituality 101, you know what I mean? Om is obviously a powerful sound, the creation of the universe, sound Om. It is a spiritual sound representing the universe or Brahman, which is the essence of all creation. It is typically recited at the beginning and end of all Hindu prayers and is frequently chanted during yoga practice. Now moving on to the Shreem part. So Shreem is a bija mantra that reflects Lakshmi's power of prosperity and indicates blessings, creativity, peace, and surrender. Now, Shreem is Lakshmi's part. So Brzee. Brzee is a request to vanquish scarcity of the conscious mind. So Shreem is Lakshmi, and that's the power of prosperity, creativity, peace, and blessings, and all that. And then Brzee part is to get rid of all the poverty consciousness and scarcity and all that. So the lack part, So Shreem loads you with prosperity consciousness, and then Brzee strips and takes away all the poverty consciousness. So boom, both ends of the stick, because both of those are important. Okay, and then moving on to the Namaha part. Namaha just means, in your essence, I bow to you, or I submit to you. So, who is Lakshmi? Lakshmi is the Hindu goddess of material and spiritual prosperity and the wife of Lord Vishnu. She is usually seen with 4 arms, and it represents the goals of a successful life, which she has the power to grant. So, the 4 arms represent the 4 goals of a successful life. Her name comes from the Sanskrit word Lakshya, meaning aim or goal. Lakshmi is also called Shri, or the female energy of the Supreme Being. She may also be called Lokamata, or Mother of the World. So, the 4 goals of a successful life, which she has the power to grant, are Dharma, which is righteous living; Karma, which is worldly pleasure; Artha, which is prosperity; and Moksha, which is spiritual liberation. Moving on. So, what is the primary goal of Shreem Brzee? The primary goal of Shreem Brzee is not just bringing you material wealth, it also brings you greater wealth of consciousness, of understanding, of knowledge, of seeing beyond matter. Material wealth will be just a byproduct. So a whole lot of other stuff is going to open up. Your whole consciousness is going to open up to a whole lot of other stuff that's more important than just money. And the money and the riches will just be a byproduct of this mantra. So Dr. Prahlad says you will get what he calls a 200% life, 100% material, and 100% spiritual. So the sound of money, which is not just a dollar bill, but real money is gold, And the sound of real money is Shreem. Money is life, it sustains life. The sound of the soul that will persist forever. When you begin to live Shreem, it becomes easy to manifest because life itself is a manifestation. So Shreem is therefore a manifesting energy that attracts wealth, which attracts money. So Shreem Brzee is a sound, a bosonic sound that can create a reality of prosperity for everyone. Everyone can benefit from Shreem Brzee. It doesn't matter, who you are. Anyone can become rich and prosperous from Shreem Brzee because regardless of whether or not you have a skill set, education, or anything, it doesn't really matter. It is the ultimate wealth building mantra. Shreem is a feminine sound of the mother goddess who is creative in nature. It has the ability to create by virtue of its own sound nature. It will increase your conceptual ability because you have to conceive in order to create. Shreem is going to give you permanent merit. What is permanent merit? Health is a permanent merit, not just physical health, but also spiritual health and beautiful relationships because Shreem Brzee is a mantra that is completely full. Your whole life in whole will benefit from Shreem Brzee, not just in the money aspect, but in all different aspects. It's completely flawless and foolproof. It will give you a flawless life. My karma is great now, financially and generally, in big part because of Shreem Brzee. So, the Brzee part. Brzee changes your poverty consciousness, your skepticism, your confusion. All of these are erased by the sound Brzee. It will remove your karma. BR is the sound of birth. It's as if you're being reborn. Your identity has to be shattered. So Brzee will shatter your identity because your identity has limitations. So it shatters your identity and fully recreates it because that identity that you have had poverty consciousness inside of it. So it destroys that poverty consciousness that your old identity had and gives you a whole new identity. You become a whole new person. This rich and prosperous self that Shreem Brzee turns you into, is what that's saying. By shattering your identity, you will be reborn. You can have a new life, a fresh start. Also, Brzee will be like a watchdog to keep away wrong projects from your mind. Now, this is important. This is my favorite part and main benefit from Shreem Brzee because as a person that's just a natural hustler, entrepreneur, or whatever. My thing is, I would love cheat codes and just help with coming up with the next idea. Oh, what's other ways that I can get money? You know what I mean? Like, what's other ways I can do? What's the next business I can start? Whoop de whoop. Like, I sit down and chant Shreem Brzee, and these ideas just come to me. You know what I mean? Like through meditation in general, but mainly Shreem Brzee, you will get those perfect ideas, the next step that you should be doing and stuff, leading you to that perfect pathway that where it'll just line up the stars for you is what you'll start to notice with Shreem Brzee. It just lines the stars up for you and it makes it really easy, like your footsteps are just guided and it just guides you right into prosperity and success. So, but mainly it'll keep the wrong projects away from your mind in which, oh, should I do this? And then you go off into a venture and you do this, little start this business or try out this job and you waste, weeks, months, and it was the wrong job, the wrong business to, the wrong partnership to do, and you wasted your time. It'll keep those circumstances from popping up anymore, and it'll just guide you down the right pathway and make it pretty much, scot-free of any BS and, make it really easy for you and, breezy. So the right thoughts will show up, the right projects will enter your mind because of Shreem Brzee, and mainly because of the power of Brzee. So, how do you use Shreem Brzee? Well, all you need to know is that this sound works like a seed. A banyan tree is so huge, yet it is contained inside of a small seed. But you don't see the tree in the seed. The same way with Shreem Brzee. The sound has the total wealth of the universe embedded within it. All you have to do is just say the sound or write the sound over and over again, and it will create all the wealth that you want to create. That is how it works. It is something that is very mechanical. And this is to be taken literally. A great example is of a wine cork hammering the iron bar. A huge iron bar gets bent just by a cork constantly pounding on it. This is exactly the same thing that is happening when you use the sound Shreem Brzee. You don't even have to understand the dynamics of it or how it works. It's just like an aspirin. You don't go to the pharmacist and say, hey, what chemicals, ingredients did you put in this to make it work? This is good. Oh, what you put in this, doc? You just pop it and you know it's going to work, and then it works. The same thing with Shreem Brzee. The sound is wealth itself. It's wealth consciousness. It's a sound technology. You know what I mean? The sound, the syllables that are chanted that come out of your vocal cords, when those vibrations hit and are produced, it goes out into the universe, and 1 + 1 is 2. It's just what has to happen. You produce that sound, it has to attract money and come back to you. You know? This is what money sounds like. It's wealth consciousness. By saying it over and over and over, you will have wealth consciousness. Now, your mind to mantra. Your mind has to become the mantra. That means the way you think about the mantra has to be just complete focus on it. Your mind has to think nothing but the mantra. You think about nothing but the mantra. And if you go on thinking about nothing but the mantra all the time, even when you're not chanting it and writing it and saying it, and listening to it, if you just constantly over and over all day, every day, just think about Shreem Brzee over and over, then all the powers of the mantra will become yours. This is just what it is. This is just mechanics of how it works. Everyone talks about the relationship between mind and matter. The mind, that mind creates matter, but this has to be lived. Mind and matter should collapse into one reality. This is called Siddha Sankalpa. Siddha Sankalpa means a perfect thought. Sorry if I'm saying that wrong. When you have a perfect thought, it manifests itself into matter. So all of the time, what you need to do is just think nothing but Shreem Brzee with focus. If you do this, then you can collapse the spiritual reality into a physical reality. Sound and intelligence are synonyms. Sound frequencies or mantras have no beginning or end. They are as old as space and the universe. Many ancient cultures discovered that the mind is made up of subtle energies in the form of sound frequencies. 90% of our mind is occupied by language-based activity. The unconscious mind has a sound pattern. More mantra science. People think mantras have no power, but this is completely incorrect. Mantras follow rules as it is a science of vibration. It is actually our feelings that give strength to mantras, right? So now we're getting into mantras and the different levels of it. Now, it is actually our feelings that give strength to mantras, right? But this does not mean that the mantra does not have any power in itself. It does, but it needs fuel to run, right? So the mantra within itself has power, right? So if it didn't have any power, we wouldn't be saying this word at all. We would just be thinking, oh, okay, I want money to come to me. You know what I'm saying? We would be doing some other different affirmations that, obviously ain't working as strong as Shreem Brzee, because it's a sound technology, right? So we know we say this word because it does something. So it has some type of power, right, within itself. But there's different levels to it. So one person saying it isn't the same as another person. Now, here's where we get into why. So here's answering that question of why that guru can chant Shreem Brzee and it manifests different than a different person, you know what I'm saying, that isn't as spiritually developed. So the mantra has power, but it needs fuel to run, right? So think of the mantra like a car. What is the fuel? The gasoline is Shraddha, right? Now, what is Shraddha? The concept of this is faith. The closest thing, in Western culture, the closest name for it, because that's the actual word, the closest classification, the best word fitting. But in Western society, English language, you just need to know that the fuel for that car is faith. So the mantra is the car, and then your faith in that mantra is the fuel. Now, faith, I kind of don't really like that word, but really faith is more of understanding. Because when you understand something, you know, faith just, you can't really have faith with understanding. You know what I mean? Like, there's faith and then there's just knowledge. You know what I mean? Like, oh, I don't know about, something, so I just hope it works. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, if I know something works, then I don't have faith in it. I just know it works. You know what I mean? So, but before you develop that understanding of how Shreem Brzee works, you don't really know that it works. You know what I mean? So you kind of got to go through that phase of, all right, I'm chanting, I'm chanting, I'm chanting. I haven't seen results yet, but you know, I just got to have faith that it works. So I'll just say, yeah, they are correct. Faith is just how you start off. And I was the same way. But if you study my channel and see my journey, it really just worked for me because I was already spiritual, I guess. I don't really like saying that, but I just understand the mechanics of the universe, and I'm a scientist at heart. I just understand how everything works and how the energy works, and mantras and all that stuff, and how beneficial mantras really already were. So I already had that, kind of I guess advantage, or so I came in, I guess, quote unquote, with a really strong faith. I'm like, man, they said this mantra is gonna make me rich, you know what I'm saying? And I've seen testimonies and all that stuff already. So boom, for me, my faith was already loaded up. I'm like, this ain't faith. I just see, I'm just, a scientist. I look at the math. Okay, boom, 1 + 1 is 2. These people have been chanting. They use this mantra that they say will make them rich and prosperous. They did it. Boom. It got them money. They saying, all right, boom. I already know how the spirituality stuff and, spirit and all this works. I'm going to do this. I know it's going to work. So, boom, my faith is really strong. So, that's probably why I had, positive results, so quickly. So, mantra works, then your faith is that fuel to the car that adds to it, and you know, and makes it keep running and run strong. So yeah. So in the case of Shreem Brzee, we know that it is foolproof, right? And it will work regardless. But right now, we're focusing on the strength of the words and how to boost and increase its power so that you manifest quicker and more powerfully. So here's the science behind how to maximize the potential of those words manifesting. So saying Shreem Brzee, with this type of faith and understanding versus Shreem Brzee with this type of faith and understanding, and you say it one time, boom, that manifest a bunch of stuff versus you saying it a bunch of times and you barely manifest anything. So here's how to maximize that, and here's how to fully, powerfully chant Shreem Brzee. Here's how it works. So this concept of the mind as sound has led Dr. Prahlad to develop a science called mind sound technology. This technology employs the use of powerful phonemes or sound frequencies to enhance intelligence. Different sound frequencies create different kinds of intelligence. Sorry, that was just a little sidebar. If you were interested in that, you can go on his website. That's on there. His little mind sound technology he created. So, so here's the different chanting type, and here's the different levels of how to make Shreem Brzee extremely powerful. So the different chanting type. So the first type is, now we're gonna classify these and make it easier to understand as we use voltage. You know what I mean? So, and we'll go with the first voltage as, we'll say about like, I did say 0 volts, but we'll say like 1 or 2 volts because, it's not doing anything. It's doing something, but so we'll say about like 2 or 3 volts. But for, just to keep it clean on, the math of it, 0 volts, as far as the ratios of it. So the first type, casual, means this is chanting the mantra only for namesake, like people that do it for religious practice or because the guru told you. The meaning of the mantra is not clear to you. If you chant a mantra by understanding its full meaning, it builds up strong waves. Since there is no strong emotion attached, no powerful vibrations are built up, and it only wastes your time, essentially. That's the hard truth. When you're just chanting Shreem Brzee and you're just like, well, I think it's going to work. I heard it works. You know what I mean? Like, I'll try Shreem Brzee, Shreem Brzee, Shreem Brzee, Shreem Brzee. Now, here's the secret on why, I've made videos on why you're chanting and it doesn't work. Because you're falling into the first type, and this is where most people fall into. This is secrets, the hidden secrets and truths of, you know, mantras and chanting. Most people fall into the first type, chanting, and you really don't understand mantras and how it works and how powerful it really is if you devote and dedicate yourself to it. And versus how it really does work and manifest beautiful, successful lives for people and change a whole lot. So the second type is chanting by mind. So the second type, we'll say, in comparison, is 100 volts. 100 volts. Now, in this type, you are free of all doubts and you have full faith and you chant regularly. Your mind doesn't wander, but you also don't fully indulge in the mantra. Well, okay, first type I lied. The second type is where most people fall. Most people fall into this category, which is good. A lot of people do fall into the first type, but we're more spiritual than nowadays. So if you're watching this video, you know what I'm saying, like, most people in the spiritual community, might fall into the second type, you know. So where, you know, you're free of all doubts, you have faith that this works, you know it'll work, you're pretty convinced and you chant regularly, your mind doesn't wander, but you also don't fully indulge in the mantra, and go really deep. Uh, People do get some success this way, but it is very slow and attracts very low intensity vibrations from the universe. So you'll get, some results, but it's not really, as good as you're expecting and wanting it to. So it could be better. So most people fall into this category, 100 volts. Third type. Now we got 4 types. This is the third type. chanting by heart. Now, in comparison, so we had 0 volts, casual means. Second type, chanting by mind, 100 volts. Third type, chanting by heart. This is 1,000 volts. So this is 1,000 volts. This is the right type of chanting and gives you good and quick results because you chant the mantra with complete faith and strong emotions. It creates very strong magnetic waves which attract mantra related energies from the universe very quickly. Now, I'll say I probably fell into this category. You know, a good example was if you check out my last few videos on Shreem Brzee where we did, you know, the group chant, and right after I went to the gas station, literally minutes after, and I won on a little scratch off lottery ticket, you know what I mean? You know, because right at the moment I delved in and I built up those strong waves. It was really imminent on me, and, you know, in my aura, walked out and I was just emanating and vibrating Shreem Brzee, and the money had to attract to me. It had to come back to me, you know, somehow, which way, you know. I was fresh and I was hot, you know, emanating Shreem Brzee, you know what I mean? So, boom, those waves built up and came right back immediately. So, it was probably at least in the third type, you know, chanting by heart. So, fourth type. Oh, yeah, and then I got free food too. Yeah, like, you know, strong waves built up. So, fourth type. Now, this in comparison, we had 0 volts or 1 or 2 volts, you know, because it wasn't, you know, it's never nothing. You know, chanting by casual means, that's the first type. The second type, you know, chanting by mind, right, was 100 volts. Third type, chanting by heart, was 1,000 volts. Then the the fourth type is chanting from the navel chakra or your pranic center, your prana center. Chanting from the navel chakra is 10,000 volts in comparison. 10,000 volts. So you see, zero, a couple volts versus 10,000 is a really, really, really big difference. You know, how somebody, you know, might not be able to manifest anything, you know, from a group chant to somebody walking, oh, dang, you know, I just, you know, sold these shoes for like $200 right after a group chant. You in the third, fourth type, you know what I mean? So in this type of chanting, there is no night, no day, no heat, no cold, no hunger, no thirst, no nothing. There is absolute surrender. You are even willing to give your life to achieve your desire. Every single cell of your body echoes with this desire only. This energy and vibration created by this type of chanting so powerful that no power of the universe can stop you from fulfilling your goal. That's how powerful it is. You know, nothing can stop you from fulfilling your goal, you know. Man, in some deep esoteric teachings, you know, you learn about, you know, history of, like, you know, universe and what really be going on in this universe and realm and stuff. Like, I think there was even a being, you know, universe is huge. These being was so powerful, you know, he was negative, you know, he ended up being so powerful because he got a hold, you know, of a certain mantra, aka a certain sound technology that he was chanting, and it became so powerful. This being was the size of, you know, probably the size of galaxies, and he became so powerful. He was destroying stuff, and around in his, you know, local location, I guess, in this part of the universe, whatever, there were no beings strong enough to stop him that were, you know, on the good side, to where he was just going around literally chanting his mantra, growing and getting so strong, but negatively, you know, because mantras is just a tool, right? It's just technology, you know. You chant this, a certain energy is produced that gets so strong that, boom, this happens, you know. And he was probably chanting a mantra where it was like, I want to be, extremely powerful. I want to be, have a lot of powerful energy come. So he chanted a mantra that will give you probably like physical strength. And he became so strong, in his little, you know, dimension or whatever that nobody could stop him. I mean, he was literally going around destroying planets and solar systems. And yeah, and that's just real life, real happenings, all that because that's the power of mantras and sound technology. These are literally how, you you build up and strengthen and increase your aura and your energetic body, And wherever you are, if you're in physical reality, and you're not dead, you're driving a soul which runs off of energy. So whether you have a physical body or not, he was an energetic being, I'm sure. Yeah, he was an energetic being, unless you think he had a physical body, but energy grew so strong that he was just unstoppable. So, I think I will save the history and science of mantras for another video. I think I'll save the history. Yeah, and we'll get into the chanting. Y'all probably tired of hearing me talk. So let's start chanting. All right. I'm gonna just take a little minute. I'll give y'all a little second to get situated. I'm probably gonna sit here and draw on some energy real quick, and y'all just, I guess, get relaxed. I'm gonna do my thing real quick. All right, and just for good energetic hygiene, before we go into this, we're about to be creating a whole bunch of spiritual energy, when we chant and this manifest energy. So we're going to be drawing in a whole bunch of energy into our auras, so in our energy body. So it's best if we flush the dirty junk out so the fresh energy coming down can absorb into the energy body. That, it's just like pouring water into a cup of oil, and you got oil all in your energy body, and you're trying to pour water into parts of your energy body where oil is sitting. It's just going to bounce off and it won't absorb into those spots, into those chakras, into those, channels and pathways if it's blocked there. So we'll just flush that out real quick so it'll be more beneficial and you can maximize, the session and the Shreem Brzee that you're chanting. So I'll just cleanse y'all's energy, y'all's y'all's chakras real quick, and then we'll chant. So just sit there and just relax and just watch this video and listen to my voice. So right, we're gonna clean out your chakras, and mainly the ones that control and have to do with your ability to manifest and attract money is your Ajna chakra, really. You know, that's your third eye chakra, but your real, that's your brow chakra, but your real third eye, where your real third eye is your forehead chakra. It's really right here, center of your forehead. But yeah, these two, all that's where, you know, because these, your Ajna chakra and your forehead chakra mainly control all the other chakras, and then your solar plexus, you know, is just where a lot of problems are mainly. But your basic chakra is the main chakra that controls your ability to manifest, which is at the end of your spine, at the bottom of your spine, where your tailbone is pretty much. So clear that out. If you want to increase the energy and cleanse yourself and even more, you can do what I'm doing when I'm not talking. Put your tongue on the tip of on the roof of your mouth. That creates, you know, and closes the circuit in a sense, and the energy pathways in your body, your energy starts flowing correctly, and it increases your energy, and your chakras, you know, all grow and become bigger and brighter temporarily because the energy's flowing right. Everyone watching this video, listening to my voice, their basic chakra, forehead chakra, Ajna chakra, and solar plexus chakra is cleansed, cleansed, cleansed of all negative energy. Scooped out all that dirty, thick energy, all those negative thought forms of not being able to manifest abundance and prosperity and wealth, which is our birthright as souls. It's all cleansed and healed. With thanks and in full faith, so be it. All your chakras are cleansed and energized. All your chakras are cleansed and growing brighter and brighter and brighter. And your posture's getting better. You're sitting up. If you are sitting, you feel your spine stretching out. If you're laying down, you still feel your spine stretching out. You feel your chakras become lighter and brighter and brighter and growing bigger and bigger. So be it. So be it. And so it is. All your chakras are cleansed and healed, and your body is made wholesome with thanks and in full faith. All right, everybody should be good now. All right. All right. So, I'll go ahead and hop into it, get in a relaxed, comfortable spot, and just chant along, listen along, whatever you want to do. We'll start off in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Shreem Brzee, 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 Shreem Shreem Brzee, 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 excuse me, Shreem Brzee, 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 Shreem Shreem Brzee, 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 Shreem Shreem Brzee, 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 Shreem Brzee. All right, guys. Come to an end, come to a closing right now. Sorry, it gets addictive after a while. It's hard not to go all day and go forever. So we'll stop it right here for now and let y'all come back to it. Probably spaced out right now. So while y'all are chilling, coming back to, we'll, as always, get the little Shreem Brzee count. Somebody just said, yo, just got another sale and a call for service. Shreem Brzee. Kadeem Alexander. Thank you. No, thank you for letting us know that. They said they got some calls and sales while we was chanting. There it is right there. Proof is in the pudding. Y'all see it all the time, Many testimonials. So, Shreem Brzee, good stuff. Glad to hear that. Love to hear that. This is what I do it for. I found out it works. So I'm like, I'm an idiot if I don't share this with other people and help people out. Shit really works, you know what I mean? Shreem Brzee. Thank you for that, Kadeem Alexander. All right, family. So, how many Shreem Brzees did we chant? Let's see. So, I observed that we never dropped while I was chanting. So, how long did we chant? I think we started around, I'm not sure, around 45 minutes we started chanting. It's what, 93 now, so 45 to 90 is 45 minutes. Peace to you as well. Thank you. Blessings to you. Thank you, everyone. Blessings to everybody on the live right now. Love y'all. Hope you're happy and healed. So, how many did we chant? So, it was always while we started chanting at around 45 minutes, and we chanted about like 93, right? So, we'll say we chanted 45 to 90 minutes, 45 minutes total. And there was always at least 7 people. It was average 8 to 10. It was really 8 to 10 for a long time, but it never dropped below 7. So we're always going to do low ball numbers. It's going to be probably a good chunk more than that. But low ball minimum, here's what we all chanted. So let's break it down. We'll do 7 people, including myself. So that's 8. 8 people for 45 minutes. Now, I know Dr. Palaz's video where he chants Shreem Brzee 108 times is 8 minutes. So the way I chant, I always chant faster than him. So on average, really, it takes me about 5 minutes is my speed to chant 108. But we're doing low ball minimum, so we'll go with the high number. So we'll say it take us about yes, yes, yes. Hmm. Yeah, so we'll say yeah, we chanted 108 every 8 minutes. So 8 minutes goes into 45. What's good? What's good? What's good? Jamal Green. What's good, family? So, mm, so we got 32, 40, 48. Yeah, I'll say. So I'll say, just to make it clean, 48 minutes. So we'll do 7 times. So we got 108 times 7. 108 times 7. So 100 times 7, 700 Shreem Brzees. Now that's just total that we chanted. So 700 Shreem Brzees. Uh, I'm gonna need a calculator. Like 700 Shreem Brzees times 7 people. Well, I don't need a calculator. 700 Shreem Brzees times 7 people. That's 4,900 Shreem Brzees that we chanted. 4,900 Shreem Brzees at least. 4,500 Shreem Brzees. This is why that person experienced results and sales and calls while we were chanting because we were building up extremely strong waves. We made Shreem Brzee extremely powerful. Like I said, when you do mantra chanting and any type of spiritual energy and spiritual work and energy work as a group, it's magnified times the person. You know what I'm saying? So those 700 Shreem Brzees minimum times each person, which was, well, I said 7 people, actually 8. Yeah. Been chanting Shreem Brzee 108 times almost daily for the last week or so. Yeah. And that's the joy of it, Being initiated will just increase, the strength and the power of you being able to have results manifested with it. But that's the joy of, mantra chanting and energy work. It's all energy. You don't need to be initiated. Initiated would just take you from beginner level to boom, almost very advanced level very quickly. It's just a jump start, a kick start. So don't have to be initiated, but it helps a whole lot. So boom, you see me, I was never initiated. I wanted to be a prime example. Never got initiated on purpose as well. Never planned to because I'm like, my whole existence now, I dedicated, myself and my channel to be an example of chanting Shreem Brzee as a regular person, you know what I mean? With, just broke and like, hey, here's a mantra. They said chant it, it works, no initiations or, extra stuff or anything like that. Plan to, but I've never taken, a Dr. Polite course or anything like that. I'm just like, how would it work if a person just went in raw and just did it? Uh, where to be initiated, I think he does it out in India, if I'm not mistaken, but I'm not totally 100% sure. But yeah, you can check his website. Yeah, so just wanted to be an example of how it was. If a layperson just went in chanting Shreem Brzee, can it change your life and make you rich and a millionaire? And so far, I'm on the way. You know what I mean? So, what are your thoughts on chanting internally in the mind versus verbally out loud? Uh, for me, I feel verbally out loud, you can't trump that. That's more powerful. But at a certain point, I feel like chanting in your mind works as well. You know what I mean? So that just goes down to just thinking about it. I'm in my head. Sometimes I won't be able to chant. I'll just be in my head like Shreem Brzee, Shreem Brzee, Shreem Brzee, Shreem Brzee, Shreem Brzee. That still works because when you get to a certain point, a certain understanding, a certain vibration and vibrational connection with it, you understand that it's all about implanting Shreem Brzee into your aura, into your chakras, mainly into your third eye, forehead chakra, getting it right here, and also your throat chakra and the different chakras where, it'll help you, project and attract abundance energy, Shreem Brzee energy, aka money. So that still works as well, still pretty powerful, mentally chanting, and just picturing Shreem Brzee entering, flowing to your third eye, and Shreem Brzee, just mentally. So yes, that works. But yeah. So what I say, 4,900, but that was seven people. I actually it was eight, including myself. So what's that actually? 8,600, 8,600 Shreem Brzees that we all benefit from minimum. 8,600 Shreem Brzees or more, you know, or more. Well, it is more. We chanted at least 8,600 Shreem Brzees, so real good session, Sucks every time when it has to come to an end, but got a good session in. Love y'all, do some meditation, do some exercise, and get that energy flowing, moving around. That'll help, with manifesting and attracting. Uh, yeah, good session. I'll be back soon. Love y'all. Peace. Oh yeah, be on the lookout. Be on the lookout next week. I'm just saying that now. If I could prophesy something, be on the lookout for some extremely big things on the way. Shreem Brzee happenings, Shreem Brzee things, as well as Forex things. Be on the lookout. Love y'all. Peace.